All right, hey. Hi, guys. This is Tim for Precarious Pixels. Across from me, as always, is...
Hey, I'm Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob.
Also from Precarious Pixels.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry we've missed a couple weeks. The holidays are hectic, and it gets hard to record sometimes.
Yes, especially with the jobs we both have.
Yes, and, we get, stuck doing work stuff and gotta make that money. Can't be doing free podcasts forever. So that's why we're going to start doing advertising.
Oh, wow.
So this episode is brought to you by Coke. Coke. That's right. And we will keep advertising Coke until Pepsi, you give us money. Give us money, Pepsi. We're going to shame you into it. We're giving free ads to Coke until you give us money, Pepsi. Give us money. But speaking of advertising and things...
Tip's a bit punchy today.
I
like
know.
It.
Speaking of punchy and the things that have ads in them, Street Fighter.
Obey your thirst, Tim.
That's right. You didn't think I was setting up a segue, but I was. So, speaking of ads and things, after 4 years of giving you nonstop great fighting experience with Street Fighter... said with sarcasm... Street Fighter has decided to slap ads in there like they're like a NASCAR.
Yeah.
Just anywhere they can fit an ad in, they're going to slap it on a bumper or on Ryu's headband.
Or his gi.
Yeah.
Or his little gloves.
Yeah.
Or his old man beard. From Street Fighter 5.
It would be amazing if they had it like a mod that was like it's shaved in the Coke ad into his beard.
Shaved into Blanca's chest. Or
oh
Zangief's
my god,
legs.
That's even best. Yes. Zangief having like it in, like his chest hair, and then when he does a move, like it's in his armpit hair too.
Or is like the weird fur or whatever you want to call it that comes out of his boots and goes up.
Oh, I thought that's just his boots, right?
No.
Oh, that's his actual
his
leg hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. Capcom, you're weird.
Yeah. Where does that stereotype come from?
I guess Russian people have really hairy shins?
I've seen Russians and they don't have hairy shins.
They all do.
No, I'm sorry. That stereotype is way off. No. But all Brazilians are green. Yes. That is 100% true.
No, he only turns green when the doctor's experimenting on him after he accidentally kills his friend.
Oh, are we talking about...
He has to be...
Are we talking about Van Damme?
The best Street Fighter.
Oh my god.
But he needs more plasma.
Yeah, and Chun-Li is a reporter.
Yeah, man. But for M. Bison, it was just another Tuesday.
You know what? He redeems that entire movie.
Bison Bucks?
Oh man, Bison Bucks. And the fact that he wants to he's only a terrorist to basically make his own like theme park.
Yeah, he wants to make Bisonville.
Or
Bison Land or whatever.
I forget what it is, but yeah.
It's such a great movie.
It's
probably one of the most underrated films I've ever.
It really is. It is honestly a hot steaming pile of garbage.
No, it's not.
It's good. Wonderful. There's literally a part where Guile gets in a boat and just drives away from Kylie Minogue and be like, "Bye, Kylie Minogue. I'm gonna."
That's not her name.
Cammy.
That's right.
Yeah. Drives away from Cammy and just goes down like the river. I'm just like, why did you have to go down the river in the boat alone?
Because it's a stealth boat, Tim. If you remember correctly, that was a stealth boat.
No.
Yeah.
And then he had a recording that he started playing of reminding him of his friend. It was like, I don't even know what, but I was like, wow, that was a movie, kinda.
That was a great movie.
That's right.
Then he makes that awesome speech.
Yeah. Now, who wants to go home? Who wants to come with me? That's right, I'm the most American.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is America.
Mm.
And so can you.
Yeah.
That's the Stephen Colbert reference there. If y'all never
Sorry,
read his book.
I just spit everywhere.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like he got hit with an uppercut in Street Fighter.
I felt like the sonic boom from here.
Sonic boom!
Sonic boom! But yeah, so back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Street Fighter is going to have advertisements in it.
Yeah, they're incorporating in a new fangled way. I've never heard of this in such a way.
Yeah.
You can, within the game, there'll be costumes that are advertising the Capcom Pro Cup or World Cup or that $1 million prize that they give away, which is awesome.
Right.
This is probably helping to pay for it.
Yeah, it's an esports thing. Not so bad, but then it's also kind of like, I think the door is kind of open now for other stuff.
Oh, yeah, and that's the problem, right? Because they're going to look at this and you're going to say, how many people looked at this 30-second or whatever it is ad, 15 seconds in between the match?
Right.
And how many people clicked, take me to the eShop, or take me to the shop, or take me to the store?
And yeah, I mean, there is games, like, I've played games off of Google Play, like downloaded like those kind of games. They're more like kind of just simple app games, like your Candy Crush, that kind of stuff. And yeah, they have advertisements in there in between levels and all that kind of stuff. But like, this is like a major title, and you've already paid for it.
Yeah, and whether you paid $10 on sale for like a standard edition,
right,
or whether you paid $60 at launch 4 years ago, you bought a game.
You bought a game. You bought a game that those games I get from the ad store or whatever, they're free. Like, most of them are free. I mean, there's a few pay ones, but most of them are like free games. And yeah, sure, advertising makes sense to have it like just like stuck in there. But like, to have it like something you've already paid for, it's really dirty. I mean, they've done it. They do it in movies subtly and stuff, where like characters will be driving the new car, or they'll be drinking, vitamin water or something like that. I remember that was a big thing in Rescue Me for like one season, that I think everybody pretty much had vitamin water, like always. I was like, wow, guys, really going to be sponsored that way? But again, it's just like Street Fighter. You've already paid for it. You just want to play your game. You're not really want your character to dress other than the actual way he's supposed to dress. It seems so weird to do it this way.
Well, that's the thing. Their advertising is advertising costumes that you're paying for.
Right.
That are ads for some of them. Like, some of the costumes are ads. And that's probably the most obnoxious thing.
Right.
Like, I personally love to buy a costume where I made Blanca look like a teddy bear.
That would be amazing.
I'd pay $1.99 for it.
That would be amazing, and I think you should, because that is kind of like, if you want extra costumes or whatever, that is up to you, and that is what, if you want to spend your money on it. I'm not, it's just such a weird thing to start having that in there. I can't see them hurting for money, though. Like, Street Fighter, it's a simple concept.
Well, they shouldn't be hurting for money. They should have been making Street Fighter 6 by now.
Yeah.
But that probably won't be out till next gen.
Right.
And there's not even... Probably the smartest thing they could have done at this point was to put it on something else, and they can't. And that's the problem. I think that's why they've resorted to this.
Oh wait, they can't put it on any other console?
It's Sony published.
Okay.
Street Fighter 5, or produced it, or it's exclusive, whatever you want to call it. They definitely paid for part of it to get it there.
Okay, so Capcom made a deal with Sony, being like, "Hey, we'll pay for this part of the game, or whatever it is, and it's exclusive to us."
And that's why the Street Fighter 5 is only on PlayStation and PC.
That's so weird.
No Xbox, no Switch, where it would probably sell like gangbusters.
Oh,
because
yeah.
one of the top-selling 3DS games of all time, or number one. It might be number one. Or it's the number one in the series, but it's Street Fighter 4 3D.
You're right.
It is the number one selling Street Fighter. I know that, of all time.
Okay.
Now think about that. On a 3DS.
Right.
So why would they not want it on the Switch?
Exactly.
It's idiotic to not do it, and instead what they get on the Switch is they get a, in my opinion, bad remake of Street Fighter 2, where they add in Evil Ryu and a Violent Ken, they call them.
Right.
and the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which is actually really good.
Right.
But that's... To put 5 console exclusive is a bad decision, and I get that PlayStation is the leader, the market leader right now.
Right.
But it wouldn't have been forever, and it probably won't be for next gen.
Right.
So to not have it on the Switch, where next gen, the Switch will still be part of...
Right, of course.
...is idiotic.
Yeah. This is a weird money grab for them. I don't really see a benefit to it. I think it's really going to turn a lot of people off of that series if it continues.
And that's the problem. All that should be left at this point are the hardcore fans. Do you really want to alienate them?
Yeah, and it's just that is the thing. There are diehard Street Fighter people, super diehard. I've seen tattoos, of their favorite fighters, all that stuff. So I'm just I think this is a bad move for them. It might have been done better on a different game just to kind of test the waters, but to do it on this major title, yeah, it's dirty. They shouldn't have really gone this way.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Yeah. But speaking of fighting games,
oh man,
I know we're going right along here. So another fighting game got announced at the Video Game Awards?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11. Not X2,
No.
It was what I thought they should have called it.
Oh my god, Mortal Kombat X.
X2.
It was a 10. It was a 10. I don't care what Ed Boon says. That X was 10.
No, I think you're wrong. It was an X. It was an X.
It's not 1996 anymore. You don't need to be extreme, Ed Boon. Just make a solid fighting game.
Now, is he called Weapon X or is he called Weapon 10? He's called Weapon X.
Right, but is he the 10th one?
No.
Right, so then that's why he's X.
He's X.
Maybe he's the 24th one.
Right. But yeah, so it is actually Mortal Kombat 11.
That did make sense.
It did. I like that you had to count it out.
I had to think about it for a second. I was I'm pretty sure it's the 24th.
Yeah, that works.
I think it's XYZ. I think that's the alphabet.
Sure. But yeah, so so they released a trailer. It was mainly a cinematic trailer, and it just shows that they have not backed down on the gore at all, which I'm just if I'm playing a Mortal Kombat game, it better have some heads coming off. It better have some arms breaking, stabbings, all that stuff. They blood spray, all that stuff. It basically was a fight between a newer version of Raiden and a newer version of Scorpion, and the fight eventually goes to a point where it looks like Raiden has killed the Scorpion, and then out of nowhere another fighter appears, and it's classic Scorpion, in the classic costume, and he's doing the get over here, and basically just rips him in half, rips off his head, spears the head, all that kind of stuff. So
to mumble rap.
That's right, to mumble rap.
The trailer has the worst soundtrack ever.
Hey, I don't know.
No, it's bad.
No, I like it.
It's the definition of how you can ruin a mood.
I listen to that every time I get up in the morning.
I hope you do.
It makes me greet the day.
Then you have a nice, relaxing morning.
I do.
Unlike what you expect when you're seeing Raiden's severed head get speared. It's awful.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We saw.
No, we did. We'll
and
see.
This was shown on television, by the way.
I know. Which is, it's surprising they went for that much gore. But I think just because it's cable, it's network.
I guess. I don't even know.
Is
it on Spike? Is Spike still a thing?
I thought Spike is dead.
I don't know where they show it anymore.
FX? Is it FX?
Is it FX, really?
I don't know, maybe. Maybe Sci-Fi Channel. It's I think they can go up a little bit more gory and stuff. If it's not the basic.
On Siffy?
Yeah. If it's not NBC, ABC, CBS, I think that it's more...
Oh, you can definitely do something TVMA.
Oh, yeah.
But it's your video game awards.
That's right.
As much as you might want to make it TVMA, it should be for everyone.
Yeah.
It's that's like the Oscars not censoring themselves.
Right.
Just full-on R-rated Oscars. I don't think you'll ever see it.
I hope that's the next step in Oscars.
Well, we almost had a really good host.
No, who's the...
It was going to be Kevin Hart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh.
Now they got some random comedian I've honestly never heard of.
Why wouldn't you get Kevin Hart?
Apparently he tweeted out something obnoxious in, 2006. Welcome to the future.
Oh, my God.
Remember James Gunn?
Yeah. Oh, you know what James Gunn's doing right now?
Hopefully Guardians 3.
Oh, no. He's doing Suicide Squad, and he just produced probably one of the most amazing superhero / horror genre-ish movies I've ever seen the trailer of. Have you seen Brightburn yet?
No.
Well, let me just give you just imagine that Zack Snyder font with that same thing with Man of Steel, all this stuff, people on a farm, they're out and wish we could have a kid, and then all of a sudden a streak of light goes across the sky, and it's a spaceship, and it's a baby, and then they raise that baby. But baby doesn't turn into Superman. Baby goes crazy. It's amazing. It basically, if I guess Superman ended up being a sociopath, it looks really dark. It looks really good, and I can't wait to see it. But it definitely seems something that James Gunn would do.
I think producing it.
He's producing it.
Okay.
But I think it's got a lot of actors that he's worked with before, what's her name? Elizabeth Banks?
Okay.
Effie Trinket from Hunger Games?
Yeah, no, I know Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, and a few other people that I think he's worked with before.
Nathan Fillion?
No, but there's another guy, I've seen him in other things. He's a really good actor.
Is it Dwight Schrute?
It's not Dwight Schrute, but it is actually another guy from The Office, Pam's original fiance.
The big guy?
The big guy.
Oh, yeah.
So he plays the father, and Elizabeth Banks plays the mother, and it's basically it looks really good. It looks scary. Just think about if a 12-year-old had superpowers, that'd be the worst thing ever.
Oh, it's a 12-year-old too?
Yeah, well, it seems like it's a little kid, and they raise him, and then he starts getting these powers. But it's
very angry powers.
Very angry, it's sociopathic, and maybe a very weird twist. But there's a part where he's floating in the middle of the road, and his eyes are just glowing red, and I think he just smashes. It's really good.
Chronicle.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Chronicle, but not as shot through a Steadicam kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's an actual kind of weird take on Superman, Man of Steel kind of thing.
I respect James Gunn, so I think that'll probably turn out well.
I can't wait. I want to go see it.
I don't respect everything he's ever said, but as a director, there's a lot of his stuff I liked. Super
is great.
I really love Super. Slither was really good. The Guardians movies are solid.
Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Which he wrote.
Did he write Lollipop?
He wrote the game Lollipop Chainsaw.
I thought he did, maybe, but...
Which explains why Michael Rosenbaum's in it.
Oh, does he play the head?
He plays the head.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. But,
alarming. Johnny.
And we're back. That was quick. Sorry, little car alarm thing there.
Yeah. Tim was trying to steal a car.
I was. In the middle of talking about movies. But yeah, I'm excited that he's doing stuff and that he's working on Suicide Squad. I think it's a good...
So he's doing the second one, or
he's
is it
doing
a third
the second one? He's doing the second one. I know they're doing a Birds of Prey one.
Who's doing that? I'm
not sure, but I think it's got a pretty good cast to it.
I feel like they constantly find a way to make things weird for me. DC is I don't know.
They are kind of a weird experiment. Honestly, you're not... I don't know if you've been reading the comics lately, but they've really done stuff that I feel is very different and experimental. The Gerard Way. Mm-hmm. He's doing a kind of Vertigo series with like he's finding like weird writers and artists and stuff, and doing like basically what Gerard Way does with like Umbrella Academy, and it's just like Doom Patrol, and I think his line of comics is called like the Young Animals. So they do weird experimental stuff. I'm kind of happy they're doing it that way. Marvel has become kind of almost a little too cookie cutter. I mean, they're good, but it's just not like they're not trying different things. So
yeah, well, DC, I think they don't want to be out of out of the customer's perception as a good comic. So then now they're just going to try everything until it sticks. So to speak. Until it
sticks. But I mean, Tom King is killing it on Batman. Everybody said this is probably like after they what's his name? Who I was about to say Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Left Batman. They were like people were worried, but everybody's just like this is amazing work. So
yeah, he was really good on Who's the Boss.
Yes, he was good on Who's the Boss. That's pretty.
That's not even the right one. Charles in Charge.
I think so. Yeah. I was like, who's the boss? No.
Yeah, I know he gave Cartman pink eye.
That's funny. All right, we're gonna stop making weird inside jokes, but yeah. Now I forgot where we were talking about. But
we're talking about Mortal Kombat. Now,
Mortal Kombat.
It's okay to rip somebody's head off and spike it on a spear. On
That's right.
The equivalent of a kids' game awards show.
Yeah.
Hosted by Hideo Kojima's best friend, whose name I'm blanking on now.
Oh, really?
The guy who hosts it every year.
Okay.
Is it Greg something? He used to be on G4 all the time.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, that's because it doesn't matter. Like he seems like a nice enough guy, and he seems like he has actual good motivations.
Yeah.
The Gamer of the Year award went to a Twitch streamer.
Okay.
Who's also a furry. That was interesting.
That is interesting.
It was only interesting in that he is one and felt the need to wear the costume, and then he also felt the need to come up on stage and say, "I'm a gay black man, and I'm also a furry. Deal with it, Republicans."
Okay.
Yeah, and I.
See, it would have been better if he would have been like, "And I'm a Republican."
I mean, it would have been shocking, but I don't. It's 2018.
Yeah, that's not that shocking anymore.
Like, literally, what you do for a living is be interesting.
Yeah.
So to go up there and say, "I'm the most interesting," and chew on that.
No, I'm sorry. The most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
drinks Dos Equis.
Right. I don't think this guy even drinks. I think he's 20.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's too young to drink.
Yeah.
But it was a weird thing where it was almost like chastising people. Like, who says that? Who says deal with it? Like, nobody cared.
Yeah. Well, he's also, if he is 20, he's just,
What's he rebelling against? He's literally had probably almost no struggle.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Being a furry, I imagine, has got to be a struggle in some ways.
Not in 2018.
I don't know.
You saw that
those costumes are hot. They're very...
Do you think it's air conditioned?
Probably not.
We should ask him. Just tweet at dude who won. Sonic Fox, I think is his name.
Sonic Fox?
Yeah.
Not Sonic the Hedgehog?
No. That's a different furry. That's Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel.
He was the voice of him.
Really?
Yeah, in the original Sonic cartoon.
That was Steve Urkel?
From the 90s, it was Jaleel White.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Google it. If you don't believe me, I'm right.
I believe you.
Also, was playing a game earlier where they tried to make the claim that Mario 64 was the first time Mario said Mamma Mia. BS. Captain Lou Albano used to say it all the time, and he was Mario first.
That's true. He was on the Mario Brothers Super Adventure Hour, blah, blah, blah.
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
That's right.
That's right. I know all about the Super Mario Brothers.
And every Friday they showed a Zelda cartoon. I think that was like once a week. It was like you get through like the Mario stuff, and then one day you get a Zelda cartoon.
If you all want to watch the worst thing you could ever watch,
Oh,
watch that.
Excuse me, princess.
It's pretty rough.
It is bad. It is. I like it in a weird, strange sense. Ganon is like a weird pig person, and sounds like a weird pig person. It is a strange. I think they were like, let's make moonlighting into Zelda. Or Zelda into moonlighting, basically. Excuse me, princess.
I find it so interesting that it's moonlighting that they chose, and I think that only made it like 2 seasons.
Yeah. Well, that's always like the big thing, is because they got together and then that killed the show. It was always a will they, won't they with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd.
I guess. Man, you really like this show.
I just knew that that's what happened. Like, I never watched the show, but I know that it was like a big... That was the thing, will they, won't they? And for years, that was always like kind of how all shows went from there.
It still is.
It still is in
Look
some
at
ways.
the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, but then they'll get the characters together, but then once they're together, they'll break them up.
Oh, they absolutely have to break up, otherwise who cares? Well, who cares in general? Hey, don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care. I think the best shows are the ones where that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Possibly some of the best dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking Bad,
yeah.
The Shield, The Sopranos. A lot of these are crime. A lot of these are crime. Homicide.
I see a pattern forming.
I like crime shows. ER, just kidding.
ER.
It's all will they, won't they. They just have to... That's maybe what makes it a success, is having the will they, won't they transfer to a different group of characters.
Right. It's kind of like, what's that other show that's been running? Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, you love that show. You were telling me.
I love it. All 13 seasons of it.
Is it 13 seasons?
Yes.
God, I'm old.
I know. You know what else has 13 seasons?
The Munsters?
Supernatural.
Oh, well, that was close.
Supernatural. Guess who's coming back for the 300th episode? Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Just the one, or is he permanent?
Probably just the one. Because he's like, I'm Negan. I don't need to be here. I wonder if he's going to act like Negan. He's like, hey, Rick, let me chew the scenery for a long time.
No, he's just going to get in a fight with an old man and then throw him out a window.
No.
That's what happens. There was a lot of slow motion in that fight.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys haven't seen it yet, watch the first 15 to 20 hours of The Watchmen, the movie.
Yeah.
Which is just one fight scene.
It is one fight scene.
But that might be
brutal.
One of the... it's probably one of the most brilliantly executed fight scenes.
Yeah, and honestly, stays true to a lot of the comic as it is.
How is Zack Snyder so good at that?
Yeah, I think that's just because he likes... I think he's good at the darker stuff.
He's good at the music videos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at 300.
Yeah, they're all music videos.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch, brilliant music video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we agree.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes. It has its moments. Giant Samurai will always get me there.
John Hamm,
just randomly in there. Just
yeah.
like, why is John Hamm here?
Poe Dameron's in it for no reason.
I think one of his first ones, too.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it's like everybody's like, wow, this guy's a good actor.
Let's put him in here? A Coen Brothers film called Inside Llewyn Davis.
Okay.
Actually, do you think that Disney just shops for their Star Wars actors in Coen Brothers films? Now that we're talking about this. Because Han Solo also started in a Coen Brothers film.
Really?
He was in Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
He played the Roy Rogers-esque character, and that was the only thing I'd seen him before. That's something to think about, because they don't usually work with Disney.
That's true. I don't know, maybe.
Google it.
Is that your new thing now? Google it.
Google it.
Do it.
Google me, bro.
So, moving on, they also announced a couple other things.
Yeah, man.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
The Black Order.
It
has the subtitle.
Yes. And this is, I figured they had actually just recently brought a Black Order comic out, which is kind of strange to do because it's just Thanos' generals. Just weird that they have their own book. But I've heard it's actually pretty good. they're like honestly, when I first read them in Infinity, which was like the series that introduced them. Which, if you haven't read it, it's probably one of the best Avengers stories I've ever read. And if you read the whole Jonathan Hickman run, starting in Fantastic Four through that Infinity into Secret Wars, all that stuff it's just amazing. Like a huge story that took him like 5 years to do. I think 5 or 6, and it's the best, like just most amazing story. But the Black Order, he introduced like all those characters. They showed up, of course, in Avengers: Infinity War
for about an hour.
For about an hour until they all got killed. Spoilers.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Is there still one alive?
I can't think of one of them that lived. Because I think the one guy, Ebony Maw, died in space.
You talking Squidward?
Squidward. Then Giant Mace dude he died in Wakanda. They just bashed him into like the force field.
Yeah, somebody definitely had that. Proxima Midnight?
Proxima Midnight.
Definitely died.
She got, buzzsawed, and I think the Vision stabbed her husband. I can't think of what his name is right now. Corvus Glaive, I want to say.
Yeah, there's a Corvus Glaive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Corvus Glaive. They didn't even use I think there's like a couple other ones that they didn't use in the Avengers. I can't think of them right now, but I'm pretty sure there was like another member that they didn't use.
But they're really cool.
Yeah, I love the characters. I don't quite see. They weren't quite the same as you would in the movie as they are actually in the book. They're a little bit more complex. But I still liked how they that they were there and they were, But now, I'm guessing is Thanos. Did they show Thanos in it?
Yeah, Thanos is in the trailer.
Okay, so obviously it's going to be like, hey, we got to stop the Black Order. Take your team of Avengers and stop the Black Order. And you probably have to go through. They might even introduce Black Swan, which would be interesting. She's another one that joins the Black Order later.
Yeah, of course. She
met Natalie Portman.
Yeah, she has a night with Natalie Portman, and then she just goes ahead and goes crazy.
Yeah, you beat her by convincing herself to stab herself.
There was and the interesting thing about that game is it's Switch exclusive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's made by Team Ninja, and not the guys I Don't Want to Die, Raven Software.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's Activision. That's the weird thing. They show the whole trailer, and the Ultimate Alliance games were Activision published.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But now that trailer it has the Marvel logo and nothing else.
Now, did they show any characters?
I think they just showed Thanos.
Okay, I was gonna ask if they showed any X-Men characters, because I think they did X-Men Legends too.
They
right?
did. They did X-Men Legends, then they did Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which had X-Men.
Right.
And then when the Disney stuff started, they kind of disappeared for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Raven Software is gone. They work on Call of Duty now. Everybody works on Call of Duty.
It's a shame.
Yeah, Neversoft, the Tony Hawk guys.
Yep, all those guys get swallowed up.
But but these guys, I don't know who's if it's Activision Publishing or if it's just Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
But it is Team Ninja making it. The guys who made Ninja Gaiden. And Dead or Alive.
Okay.
The only thing that has me slightly worried is I feel like they might have also done some of the combat in the last Disney Infinity game.
Oh, really?
I feel like they were farmed out for one of them. And don't get me wrong, 3.0, the combat was pretty decent.
Okay.
I just don't want it to be a licensed game to be a licensed game. I want it to be a good Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah. And I want it to be, honestly, like Ultimate Alliance was not open world exactly, but it was pretty like an open worldish kind of game.
It was Diablo.
Yeah.
It was Diablo with cool superheroes. There was 4 players all the time, and there were always 4 people there.
You could always upgrade the characters and the costumes, and that was a lot of fun.
And it's gonna be Switch exclusive, which means they're going to make a push for multiplayer because Nintendo does do that.
Of course.
So that's a good sign, and the 4 players would be great.
Right.
There is one problem already now that I'm thinking about it. Voice chat. in a co-op game.
That is going to be an issue, I'm sure. Maybe they'll be able to resolve, hopefully.
I'll just use my PlayStation like I have to with this other game that we played.
But I wonder if they're going to include X-Men characters. I also wonder, now that the Marvel Ultimate Alliance seems to be a thing, what the other game that Square has been working on is going to be. Because I kind of thought it was almost going to be like an Ultimate Alliance kind of game.
No, I really do think I'm right. I think it's going to be a games as a service, and I think it's going to play like a good Kombat version of DC Universe Online.
Okay. It'd be interesting to see where it goes.
I think it's going to be Destiny. I think that's what they're pushing for.
Really? That will be interesting.
It'll be terrible.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
We will. It'll go bad.
Yeah, but speaking of Marvel, we had a couple of new trailers.
Yeah.
First of all, Captain Marvel, a new trailer for her.
She really wrecks that old lady.
She does, but that old lady kicks her.
She does, and she climbs on like the windows of a subway.
Yeah.
So
or actually, was it a subway?
Isn't it a train?
I think it's, but it's like not. I think it was just above ground. That wasn't like under.
All right. Maybe it's the L.
Yeah, it could be the L. I don't know, but not New York. I can definitely tell that's not New York. I don't know.
I think she's in California.
I think so. I think it's California.
She's probably going to meet up with Ant-Man.
Maybe. The original Ant-Man.
Before she'll meet up with Hank Pym.
Yeah.
When he's already retired.
That would be interesting if they actually did young Michael Douglas in it again. Creepy.
No. They've already got too many young people.
Yeah.
They got
Sammy Jackson.
Young Ronan.
Young Ronan
is in that trailer.
Yeah. Well, not... Yeah. We'll see.
Isn't that him?
It is. And, I forget the name of the other character that,
Jaimin Hansu?
Yeah.
I don't remember his character's name.
Yeah, I can't think of his character's name.
It's Jaimin.
But the guy goes, Star-Lord. Finally. But, his... Who? Star-Lord. Come on, man. Star-Lord. But, so, yeah, it looks good. The effects, they definitely upped the effects. It doesn't look just like a, TV show graphics. They actually did some decent graphics on this one.
They just need to CG a smile on her face.
Yeah, you're still on about that. She's living amongst the Kree. They're not a happy people.
She has no emotions.
No.
She has no emotions, Tim.
No.
She's a robot.
She's going to learn feelings.
Hopefully.
She's going to learn feelings. Hopefully feelings by the time she gets to wherever she's going to appear in Avengers Endgame, which is the other trailer that dropped this week.
Yeah, and that has some interesting stuff.
Which is apparently I think it was the #1 most watched in the shortest amount of time trailer of all, ever on, YouTube or whatever. So it's gotten the most views in the shortest amount of time, I think.
Oh, I think it might be #1 at the box office the first weekend, Tim.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, it might be up against The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Patton Oswalt.
I think that'll definitely win it.
CK.
No, it's going to go up against the PG version of Deadpool.
Oh,
they're going to release
downgrade it again.
They're going to downgrade it again.
It's just going to be Ryan Reynolds walking out and saying, "Hi, enjoy the proposal."
Exactly.
A censored version.
They're going to add Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, the CG Sandra Bullock over Cable's face.
That's right.
She's got some weird new horror thing coming out.
Oh, the Netflix movie.
Yeah. That's strange for her.
It actually kind of reminds me of A Quiet Place.
That's because it is A Quiet Place.
But for sight, apparently.
Yeah, it's...
Don't look at the monsters.
Does she not have enough money? Does she... I guarantee you she can get better roles.
She can.
I know Ocean's 8 was a flop.
Yeah. That, honestly, that just rolls off her back. That has nothing to do with her, and just that it's a bad movie. But,
it is a bad movie.
But, what were we talking about? So, Avengers Endgame looks very depressing in the beginning. It actually looks... It starts out very, very sad. Tony talking to Pepper. He's on a spaceship. Looks like the Guardian spaceship, trying to fly him home.
I thought it was the ship they crashed. Oh, no, that is the Guardian ship.
Yeah, I think it's the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. Which I'm just like, is Nebula on that ship with him?
She's got to be still alive.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Where was she last?
She was there. She lived through like the end of She was next to Tony.
They should, at the start of that movie, for people like me who forget where everybody was, they should just say, hey, they're right here.
Yeah.
They should just
exactly
show you like a little snippet of each one.
I'm sure that'll be like the first like 30 minutes of it, because it looked like they go to the Avengers mansion with Cap, Black Widow, Hulk. They didn't show Rocket, which I'm pretty sure Rocket made it to the end.
Did he?
Yeah, because he gets to watch Groot die. How wonderful for him.
Poor Rocket.
Yeah.
No wonder he's a biomutant.
I know. Oh, God, we'll get into Biomutant when it comes out.
It's looking really good. I
can't wait. I'm sure it looks fun.
You gave it all the guff in the world.
I don't know. It looked weird. I was like, this is weird. It's not bad. But, yeah, so he's alive. Cap's alive. Black Widow's alive. And I think some other people from Black Panther are alive. I'm trying to think. Not Black Panther himself, but...
the sister's gone, right?
The sister, I think, is gone. I think they show like that. They don't show her disappearing, but I'm pretty sure they show her picture of like missing. Like looks like they have a list of people that are missing, and then it shows Black Widow. What looks like in China, and there's Hawkeye dressed in his Ronin outfit, which people had, I think, seen like TMZ pictures of or whatever, him in a Ronin type.
Oh, I had no idea.
I had heard like they had showed like the boots looked like Ronin boots or something, or so.
It's an interesting thing to do.
It
is going to have a time jump?
I don't know.
Or what if it's an alternate dimension?
Could be. Or maybe Hawkeye was retired, his whole family disappeared, and he's going out looking for blood or something.
Well, that's why it would be a time jump, because that can't be like the next day.
Yeah, it can't be the next day. It has to be like a little bit of time. So, yeah, everybody's not in a good place. Everybody looks a little down. And then...
And Thor's still there, right?
Thor's still there. They show him like sitting in his hoodie. He's just hanging out.
Yeah. Not doing much.
But they're all kind of like, what are we going to do? And then Scott Lang knocking on the Avengers mansion door. Being like, hey, guys!
Which is a super big spoiler.
Yeah. Because you don't know. If you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, you don't know what happened. You don't know what happened with Scott. He's stuck. He's stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah, everybody else upstairs has disappeared.
They all disappeared. So no Wasp in this. But
and also there's another significant figure missing that's going to be the biggest part of it, apparently.
Okay.
Captain Marvel is not in that trailer.
Oh, well, you know where she's showing up. He's going to be like, Tony's going to be dying, like, running out of air.
Grab him.
And she's going to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. She's going to fly in there.
She'd have to open her mouth and possibly smile. It's not going to happen.
You don't have to smile
I feel like
to
the
give
entire
mouth.
movie,
you don't have to smile to give mouth-to-mouth.
Does she talk in that trailer?
The new one? Yeah.
At all?
Yeah. Not Avengers,
Do you
but...
see her
Yeah.
talk? Or is it just voiceover?
No, there's actually like moments where you see her talk.
I feel like
she's
maybe
talking
there's
Nick
a
Fury.
ventriloquist that just stands behind her.
Nick Fury's like, you part of like these noble warriors or blah 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 or heroes. Like she was like noble heroes, Kree, noble heroes, blah blah blah.
I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched it without sound. Is that possible?
You might have. But it looked, that looked good, and I'm betting that's how the Avengers is pretty much going to happen. It's just like Captain Marvel is going to be like, hey, I got my beeper message from Nick. I'll take you home.
Some Nick dust.
Yeah. And Thanos is apparently, they actually even show him like raising crops on like some planet, just chilling.
Well, he's coming to terms with the fact that he killed the only thing he loved.
Yeah. And basically half the universe.
And was really callous to the other thing that he called daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, he really, which also is kind of like the other thing, like he doesn't care about his other generals. All the other children of Thanos died, doesn't give crap about them. Like, none of them. So, yeah.
Including Ronan.
Well, Ronan's not part of that.
Ronan is part of this movie.
Ronan is part of this movie.
Welcome to the future where there are two Ronans in this
I know, it is kind of strange that there are two Ronans in the Marvel... I mean, there's always been two Ronans in the Marvel universe.
Right, but now they're in film.
Let's deal with it. One is based off the term Ronin, as in
Do you think they
samurai
just won't call
without
him
a
that?
master. What?
Do you think they just won't call him that?
What, Ronin?
Do you think they'll just call him something else?
They'll probably
keep
just be
calling
like,
him
hey, Hawkeye. He'll just be in that costume and they'll be like, hey, Hawkeye. And he's like, hey, call me Clint. And that's
Clint.
And that's what they'll do. I don't think they'll be like, hey, my name's Ronin now. I don't think he's going to do that. He's like, look at my haircut. It's different. Shaved on the sides.
Is it different?
It is. I think it's like shaved on the sides and like a kind of like a... not that it really matters. I don't know.
I heard that they had somebody else on set.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and that would be interesting if they were. That was already dead.
Oh, okay.
That runs really fast.
Oh, yes. I think that's been a big rumor for a long time.
So if he's back, because why wouldn't he be? That'd be cool.
It would be cool to kind of like bring him back and have him be around for a while.
Because now they can call him by his name.
That's true. They do own that name now.
Because before he was just Pietro.
Yeah.
Did they call her by her name in the last one? No, right? She's still just...
Actually,
Wanda.
You know what? I thought they called her the Scarlet Witch. I'm pretty sure they call her the Scarlet Witch. I don't know. Maybe not. Wanda.
Pietro and Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's their names?
Yep.
Stupid.
But is Magneto going to be their father again?
He might.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't say. Or no, they were experiments in this.
Yeah, they were experiments. They didn't really give them their name or whatever.
And Claw had them. For a bit.
Yes. I want to say yes.
Stupid.
You're like,
Why would they kill him?
I don't know.
It made no sense to kill
was
him.
it Claw or was it
Oh, that's right. It was the bad guy. The really, really bad guy.
the monocle guy with the monocle?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see him come back. And so, besides those things that are coming in the future, you've actually seen Creed 2.
Yeah, Creed 2 Bruise Control.
Creed 2 Bruise Control
Is officially the best title.
It is. And
it was really good. It was really good. It was very solid second film, I would say.
Yeah.
In this run, soft reboot, as they call it.
Yeah. I don't know if you could, because it's not like they didn't reboot anything. It's like everything happened.
No, it's a soft reboot.
Right.
Where they restart with like new characters, but the old stuff is still there.
Right.
That's a thing.
Is that what they're calling that?
That's what they call that, yeah.
I just think it's just a continuation of a good story.
No, because it's a new series.
True, but it's like Rocky's still in this.
Right. But it's...
That's
just what they call it, man. I'm not Hollywood.
Okay.
Don't blame me.
But Adonis Creed.
Weinstein.
Adonis
yeah.
Creed.
They're probably regretting that name.
Oh, yeah?
I think they call him Don? Or D. The girlfriend calls him D.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because would you want to call him Adonis?
Every day, I would be like, Adonis, can you get my slippers?
I'm pretty sure they call him Adonis, like,
Adonis,
only when they're
take
talking
out the
about
garbage.
the fight by, like, announcers. I don't think anybody else calls him Adonis in the film.
Adonis Creed!
It's awful. They give so, spoiler alert, he has a kid.
Yeah, I think they showed that in the trailer.
They give the daughter, like, an awful Greek name as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It starts with an A.
Artemis?
No.
No?
I think it's, like, worse. Like, Artemis is something that you would hear say in college once.
Okay.
This is, like, I heard that in a history.
Arugula.
Arugula?
Yes.
Yeah, Arugula Creed.
Arugula Creed.
She's going to be really ticked when she gets older.
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't know if you know this, it's canon that when his daughter grows up, she becomes Michelle Rodriguez in Girl Fight. So that's actually another soft reboot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a prequel. You didn't even know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prequel soft reboot.
Yeah. But you liked it. You said a very emotional story.
Yeah, it's a little rough in spots because there's a lot of sadness. In almost every good Rocky movie, there's sadness. And this, it's just, it's a lot of coming to terms with, your past. Even for the bad guy, for lack of a better term, like Drago, his history, it's rough. Like, you feel bad for him. And in every one of them, I think that's been good.
Yeah.
Again. And I think that's why people hate Rocky 3 so much.
Right.
Is that Clubber Lang is just one-dimensional. There's not...
It is true. It's just like, I want to beat you up. I'm the bad guy just because I'm the bad guy.
Yeah. And with Rocky 5, the one that we were talking about this a little bit earlier, where Tim didn't like it as much.
Right.
But didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I think a large part of that comes from the fact that the only real problem with Tommy Gunn, like his dimension, is that he's just prideful and jealous.
Yeah.
But there's not much more to it than that, and he just wants to be the best, and he doesn't want to live in Rocky's shadow. Whereas this one, the setup is that Drago, when he lost that fight with Rocky in Rocky 4, Dolph Lundgren Drago, who's not Russian, he's Swedish, Dolph Lundgren.
Oh yeah.
But in this movie, he's Russian.
Of course he is.
He's humiliated, and he has to, his wife leaves him, and he's left with his son, and they're poor, and all that he wants is to make his name again, to not be an embarrassment.
Right.
And he trains his son, and that's the setup for this film.
Yeah.
Whereas Adonis Creed is sort of at the top of his game, and at the start of this movie, within the first 5 minutes, or 10 maybe, he wins the championship belt.
Okay.
And that's the setup, is that he has to defend the belt against Drago's son.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Victor.
Victor Drago?
I want to say.
Okay, that could be.
Or Vitruvius Drago.
Vitruvius.
I don't think so, though. I think it's Victor Drago. But yeah, and then that's the setup, is he has to defend the title from Drago, and stuff happens. And it's really good.
Okay. I'm on board. I'll definitely check that out when I get the chance.
It's very well directed, and the fighting in Rocky films are always good.
Yeah, but this isn't. It's not Ryan Coogler, right?
No.
No, it's. I think he had a producing credit on this and a story credit.
This was a different guy.
But it was a different guy who actually directed it.
But he did a great job.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth checking out. If you felt it was a good transition from Creed 1 to Creed 2?
Yeah, it was almost just after. It's not long after that he gets that belt, I guess.
Okay. Alright. So it's not a long period between those two movies.
No, it's maybe a couple months.
Okay. That's pretty close.
I don't even know if it's that. It goes one or the other. I mean, Rocky's...
Well, is his girlfriend pregnant?
No.
Okay.
No, you find that out in this movie. Everything starts close.
Okay. Alright, then, yeah, alright.
The big... Yeah.
And the bigger question is do you think they'll make a third one?
Yeah, if it's successful, which I think it is.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what the third one actually could be. I mean, I would, Drago and him, that's a perfect, setup. Because it is the man who killed his father. I mean, that's a perfect, setup for, a boxing match villain kind of thing. If you're going to go that route. So, yeah,
right,
definitely.
and that's the thing. It's two people with motives.
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want it to be related to any past Rocky movies if they do a third.
If they do a third one?
Because I think shoehorning that in would be bad. This worked perfect.
Okay.
Because it's a send-off for Drago and Rocky, like, to just sort of, like, have that, you know, have that other interaction, because that's one of the most, I don't know, iconic rivalries in film.
Right.
So it was good to have that. Mm-hmm. But anything other than that, you can't do, like, Clubber Lang's nephew. That'd be awful.
Well, does he fight the guy who, from the first movie? The guy who went to prison?
Who?
Remember in the first Creed movie, the guy he was going to fight was a guy he was trying to do one last fight before he went to jail. Does he fight that guy?
I don't think so.
So I'm betting if they're going to do a third one, it will be their rematch, because if you saw the first Creed movie...
Oh, is that the guy he gets the Mustang from? Or that gets Creed's car?
No, not that guy.
Okay, because that's a fight in this.
Okay. I don't think it's that guy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's I think he's Irish?
No, it's definitely not that.
Okay, yeah. The Irish guy that he fights at the end of Creed, the first movie Creed, and he goes, like, basically, like, the distance with him, but he loses by decision.
So then that might be it. That would be fine, I guess, as long as they can give that character a good story.
Yeah. I think that would be good, because I think it was like he was having a fight, and, like, he couldn't get a fight with anybody, like, who would want to fight him the last time before he went to prison and stuff like that. So it's like that's why Adonis goes to fight him, and that's like, you know, that whole build up or whatever. This guy, very experienced fighter, Creed, like, still pretty new to it, but that guy goes to prison, having defeated Creed. It would be interesting to see if they do what, you know, coming out of prison. It's years later, Creed's now the top of where he was, and there's a guy who was the champion, you know, then have that fight be the third one. They could do something with that.
Would be interesting.
If they were going to do a third one.
They also finally incorporate, I guess, Rocky Balboa into this. Because Rocky Balboa existed, but almost nobody remembers it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, do you ever even really think about it if you think about the Rocky series?
No.
But he had a son.
Right.
And that's finally a thing again.
Oh, the son shows up?
They have, his whole thing is that he doesn't, Rocky's bit of closure for this movie is that he's afraid to contact his son throughout the whole film, because he doesn't know what to say. He's never met his grandson. Oh,
wow. Oh, okay. That is a good...
Because they had that bad interaction in Balboa.
Right.
And this is... He gets his closure. He gets to see his grandson, meet him. And that's, like, really emotional for him. And that's the thing. I don't think they can do much more with Rocky. And that's why it had to be a soft reboot, because at this point they've had just about anything they can do with him.
That's true.
I mean, even down to, in Creed 1, he had cancer.
Yeah. And he was kind of like feeling like he was kind of like out of it, and he wasn't going to do it anymore. Kind of like he was just going to like settle down, but Creed kind of convinced him to come back and stay in it. And I think maybe as a coach, but I don't think they can do much more than just focus. They have to shift the focus. Yeah. And they're probably going to have to kill him to do that. I could see that, because, I mean, eventually it was... I mean, Mickey eventually had to die. I feel like that's probably going to be... Maybe it is going to be, like, a fight he might not want to fight anymore after Rocky died. And maybe this, I don't know, Rocky gave him some final words or something that's going to give him, like, you know, get him back into the fight. We'll see. I hope they do another one. I don't know, did it make money? I'm sure it did. Okay. I mean, it's Creed. When I went, I think the theater was almost sold out. So. Okay, then yeah. Then they'll probably do a third one. And I just totally forgot his name. Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan, sorry. Is, you know, he's red hot, so it's just like, I'm sure, like, they're like, that's just more money. Of course, we're going to give him a third one.
Yeah, because they can't put him in Black Panther again.
That's true. And honestly, I really loved his character in Black Panther.
Yeah, they shouldn't have killed him. Marvel needs to stop doing that.
I know. And it was just like, I was like, this is a good character. I'd love to see this kind of continue. But I get why they killed him, but I also was kind of disappointed with it. Because it was like, this is a great character. But, and motivation, like, perfect. Like, I have to say it was like the perfect, like, villain story. It was great, and you got his motivations.
You don't get to spend enough time with their villains.
Yeah.
Like, I think the worst one probably is Caecilius from Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Who you get to see he has all these cool powers, and then he's just, like, gone.
Yeah. And it's not like they don't really go into, I don't know, like, as much stuff with him and the Ancient One kind of stuff. And
yeah, they just show he's angry for some reason.
Yeah. He's trying to get more power. Like,
and
all
he's
this.
just gone.
Yeah.
That's the big problem, I think, with their movies.
Yeah. But they did announce
Thanos.
They're doing a Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, but who's in it? Is Wong back?
I'm sure he is.
Good. Wong, best hero.
Yes.
Of the Marvel Universe.
He is. He was kicking butt in that first Avengers.
He might still be alive.
Infinity War. Could be. He could have been in the Sanctorum. If he's back in the Sanctorum, I don't know if that counts as it's like, maybe that's a different dimension.
Well, Doctor Strange is not. Right? He passes.
Yes, they show him dusting.
What happens with the cloak?
I don't know. I think it kind of I think that disappeared with him too.
Was he wearing it? Because if you remember, it was helping him fight.
I think he was wearing it.
Okay. I have to watch that again.
Yeah.
Because if Wong gets the cloak, that would be cool.
That would be cool. He would be the new Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome. But they are going to do another one. I think it's the same director is coming back for it too.
For Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it was good. All the effects were solid.
I think they'll be able to do more stuff now, because what they did in Avengers Infinity War, I was like, I wish this was the big wizard fight that was in that movie, because it was awesome. Like the whole multiple images and all that crazy stuff. I was like, this is what you should have done.
Yeah.
You know, Spider-Man kicking people through doorways and stuff. It was awesome.
That's probably, again, they just know what they're doing with fight scenes. The
Russo brothers.
Russos,
yeah, they're amazing. I mean, nothing is better than some of the stuff in Winter Soldier. Is still my favorite stuff. And I love that in this one, Cap's wearing the Winter Soldier outfit I saw. He's wearing the stealth suit, Cap.
They probably have to sneak around. Who knows what's going on?
I don't know. Don't know. They don't really give you too much other than we need to do something. Scott Lang's going to show us how to do it.
I don't know what he's going to show them how to do.
I think there's time vortexes. If I remember Ant-Man and the Wasp, if you go in the quantum realm, there's time vortexes. I bet they're going to go through a time vortex. Try to get back to them Infinity Stones before Thanos. It'd be great if they do what they do in the Avengers. What was that? Avengers Forever, where they get all the Avengers that have ever been throughout time and will be Avengers, and have a huge fight, and it's insane.
Like Luke Cage?
Yeah. So anybody who is an Avenger now was an Avenger in the past, so that means they could go and get Cap from the 40s. I don't know, Black Panther's father.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, all those people, and Tony Stark's dad, all that stuff. That'd be awesome. Original Ant-Man.
It'd be really cool to have them all in one fight.
Have them all in one big fight?
Never happen.
That'd be amazing.
It won't happen.
I hope it happens.
Just gonna see.
Have the 10 different versions of Captain Marvel. Have Miss Marvel show up.
You're gonna see Robert Downey Jr. wrestle with his guilt.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Thor get wasted, probably. And you're gonna see Hawkeye kill a bunch of people.
Probably.
Because Hawkeye, what he needed to be, and it's perfect. I mean, with the arc they took with him, or the direction they took him, he's the heart, right? He was the heart of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And now he's broken.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they did the Ronin thing. So it's gonna fit. It's just...
And I'm waiting for, like, the big payoff of...
When Hulk shows up in an Avengers film, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Actually, I'm the bigger payoff for me is when Tony gives Cap back the shield. That has to happen. Like, if that doesn't happen, that's going to be really messed up.
Isn't the shield broken?
No. The shield's not broken. He just dropped it. He left it. Like, remember, it was the end of Civil War.
Okay, yeah.
He was like, my father made you that shield. And he was just like, he kind of just stopped and just dropped it right there. So, he needs to give him back that shield.
I'll have to watch all 200 movies in a row.
I know. Oh, yeah. I wonder if they'll do that again. Like last time, the before this one, Avengers Infinity War, they had like a thing where they showed all 20 or 18 or 19 movies.
Yeah, over several nights, I would imagine.
I think it was just like not several nights. It was like one like 48-hour thing.
How could you do that?
Apparently a very smelly theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently a lot of people just slept during Thor Ragnarok, or not Thor Ragnarok, Thor the Dark World, and like a few other ones.
Thor the Dark World is so good.
It's got its moments.
Where's Meow Meow?
Meow Meow.
That's actually the first one. You're right, the second one sucks.
It's not that it sucks, it just had some, like, not as fun as Thor Ragnarok. It needed Jeff Goldblum. That's all it needed.
It didn't have the fun of the first one. The first one
had
the first one was
fun too. But if Jeff Goldblum was in this one, I would have watched it like 1,000 times.
It's not just Jeff Goldblum, though.
Oh, it is Jeff Goldblum.
It's all of that movie.
It's Jeff Goldblum and nothing else.
Is Valkyrie getting drunk and falling off the side of the ship?
That was pretty amazing as an introduction to a character. Also, Korg, because everybody loves Korg and Meek. They should I'd watch an entire series just on those two characters.
Hey, New Duck.
New Duck. It's like I'm starting a revolution, just like me, my mom, my stepdad. Like, just all that. I was just like, this is genius. Why didn't they do this before?
What's he doing now, that guy?
That guy?
Yeah.
Taika Waititi?
Yeah, what's he doing?
I forget what he's doing. He is doing another movie.
I know they're making a What We Do in the Shadows TV show.
TV series, yeah. Which I can't wait for that. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Well, I thought they were going to make the Werewolves movie. Because that was the thing. They were making a movie out of the werewolves from What We Do in the Shadows.
Really?
And the name was going to be a pun. It was going to be like We Are Wolves, but werewolves.
Werewolves.
It would have been great.
That would be awesome.
We're werewolves, not swearwolves.
Oh, there's so many good things in that movie. Yeah. All right, but we're winding down here.
Yep.
But we'll definitely have some more stuff for you next week. We'll try not to be as long in between. I'm sure there'll be even more trailers, and maybe we'll see some Into the Spider-Verse, something like that.
Yes, we should.
Mortal Engines, if I don't know, who knows?
I'd like to see it.
There's Aquaman is coming out. Maybe.
I mean, it's got Ivan Drago in it.
I know. And you know what I heard a little thing in an interview. He said, Henry Cavill, not done with Superman. Not done with Superman. So.
What does that mean?
Means Henry Cavill's going to come back and play Superman again.
In what?
In whatever.
No.
Man of Steel 2.
Not going to happen.
What they should have happened.
They said Man of Steel 2 is not happening now.
Well, they'll call it something else.
Maybe he's in Aquaman. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe they'll call it The Adventures of Superman. That's right. It's not done. It's not done.
I mean, he won't be after that Witcher TV series fails.
Yeah, I saw like that, and I was like, I don't know, buddy. I don't know what you're doing here, but I don't know if this is a good call for you.
They'd have been better off getting Clint Eastwood to put a ponytail on.
Yeah. It almost really kind of seems that they should have gone... Actually, I was thinking the guy from the Avatar movie.
Oh, he'd be great.
He would be good.
Lang, is it? Something like
Yeah, I forget his name. But he's an older dude, but he's super ripped and grizzled. What?
That was close.
It was. All right. But just, of course...
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right. Well, we'll have more stuff to talk after the holidays. We'll have lots of things to talk about. Yeah. Maybe even a Hellboy movie trailer. If they
I hope so.
I heard there was like they showed some stuff at New York Comic Con, but I'm hoping they're actually going to send a trailer out soon.
We're also going to need to talk about Godzuki.
I know. We haven't gotten to Godzilla yet.
And
they had a new trailer.
I mean,
more monsters.
They've had 2 now.
Yeah. More monsters. It looks even better. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's got 11 in it.
11? Well, we knew that she was in it.
Yeah, but she's in it.
Yeah, can't wait.
You're the monster.
Yeah.
Take that, Norman Bates' mom.
That's right. She's in another movie, Captive State. We'll have to talk about that, too.
Captives. Oh, she is in that.
With John Goodman.
That movie looks interesting.
It does look interesting.
That reminds me of like these recent movies that have been coming out that are like B sci-fi.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like Darkest Minds, Tim.
Oh god. We'll get into that's too much to get into right now, but as always, contact us. I know. I was like, we can't get into Dark Minds right now.
Darkest
Minds. We just can't get into the weird movie that is.
We also have to talk about the new Far Cry.
We will talk about the new Far Cry.
And the fact that it in and of itself is a spoiler.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But we'll continue that next time.
We will. So, as always, we're Precarious Pixels. I'm Tim. You can check out my stuff at Tim Martinek on Instagram. You can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher. Give us a review on iTunes. And you can find Bob at...
I'm on the Twitter at Martin, MARTON _Bob. And I'm on the Instagram under Bob J. Martin.
All right. So, we'll check it out next time, guys. I don't know why I'm going so high with my voice. I don't know what's going. But, have a good weekend, have a good holiday, and we'll see you soon. Ridiculous. To do a little redesigning with us, you can find Bob at Martin, MARTON _BOB on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIM MARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.